On May 30th, 2014, the classic Sleeping Beauty villain Maleficent comes to AMC theaters in her own film, re-examining the tale from her perspective and the events in her life that drove her to evil and the eventual cursing of Sleeping Beauty. Now it appears another Disney villain is getting her own movie. It's being reported that Cruella, based on the story of 101 Dalmatians bad girl Cruella De Vil, will be getting her own feature film treatment. The movie will be written by the Devil Wears Prada scribe Aline Brosh McKenna. John, buy or sell Cruella?
I'm going to have to sell this. And I'm also going to sell the pronunciation of Maleficent. Or Maleficent. I constantly mispronounce Maleficent's name. Which actually looks pretty good with our girl, Mrs. Brad Pitt. Yes. That looks pretty cool. But this whole thing about, this seems to be a trend now. Looking at these popular, look, we did it with Sleeping Beauty. We got that whole background story, sorry, Snow White. We got the whole background story of the Snow White evil witch, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we got that. Now we're getting it with Angelina Jolie, and now we're going to do it with Cruella De Vil. It's like, I'm bored of it. So for me, right now, it's a sell. Amy Rose?
Cruella De Vil is a fantastic character.
No doubt. I'm not denying it.
I think this is rather funny that most of the Disney villains are women. What you trying to say, Disney? But Maleficent looks fantastic. Angelina Jolie with those glowing green eyes, and like that's one thing. I mean, we see this all the time in Hollywood. When they hit a formula that works, I mean, the buzz around Maleficent is great. We saw a little teaser at D23, which looked fantastic, and she's so passionate about it. And I just feel like Disney's so good at creating these very layered, complex characters. And I think that Wicked, the play, really did something to show the other side of these, you know, what we know as villains, and show maybe there's a little more to the story. And I love that angle with it. And Charlize Theron as the witch the Queen was fantastic.
Best part of that movie.
Yeah, she was fantastic. The special effects I thought were really good too. But Cruella De Vil could be really fun. And I mean, I'd like to see someone not Glenn Close take it on. And yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I like the villain angle of it.
Did you not like Glenn Close in that role?
I mean, it was fine, but
I think one of the interesting things,
I was a better Cruella De Vil. I was Halloween 2 years ago.
You mentioned though that, you know, a lot of the Disney, this is kind of interesting whenever I think about it, a lot of the Disney villains are often women. But it goes beyond that, because we've talked about this before on the show, but when you look at the tradition of the Disney films, a lot of the times, there's no mother character. Whether you're looking at like Beauty and the Beast, there's no mother, just a really nice father. Yeah, the Bambi's mom gets off. Or if you're looking at
Dumbo.
Yeah, Dumbo, that happens with her. But you go on and on and on. It's always a really good father, even in Aladdin, right? This really nice, good father, but there's no mother figure. And if there is a mother figure, usually it's a wicked stepmother. It's like what's going on with Disney?
True.
What's going on? Anyway, what do you think about Cruella?
I'm going to buy this because I love a good villain, and I think Cruella De Vil is just the epitome of evil. I mean, who wants to skin Dalmatians? It's terrible. So I'm looking forward to this movie. Glenn Close is actually an executive producer on this project, so it'll be interesting to see her take on it. But I did actually like her in that movie.
Yeah, she was kooky and cute. Whatever. I mean, the movie itself was just kind of silly.
And don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news, and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.